Our interpretation is not what we have. It is what we stand for and who we are. That is what interprets us. This is what Jesus told the rich man who had a bumper harvest, when he said, my heart spoke to his heart, eat and marry because you have plenty for many years. And the Lord appeared to him that night and said, you fool. That's the only place I've seen God calling a person a fool. You fool, your life would required of you tonight. And and you will see what will come of your bumper harvest. So we know we exist at the mercy of God, because He has given us life, He has given us breath. So I walk carefully, I speak carefully. And when I came to know these things, I became more humble. The more I experience stuff, the more I get more humble. Sometimes I used to think I'm better than this preacher, I'm better than that one, I'm better than the other one, I'm better than this one. But God brought me into a place of leveling ground where I realized it is the same God. The God of that one is a God of the other one is a God. And if He is the same God that I serve, then I need to be humble. I don't need to see anything better that I may look the other one, or I may say I'm coming from this area. I'm better because I'm born on the mountains, or I'm born in the valleys, or the lakes, or I'm born somewhere where there is development. Development and God, those are two different things, entities altogether. And now God, when He came to Abraham, as I said, He used a method in calling Abraham, because Abraham could not listen to God when his father was there, when Terah was alive. So He had to take away Terah, He had to take away the younger brother Aaron, and his wife had not conceived. God allowed Sarah to be barren, because Genesis 11:30 says, and Sarah was barren. So God brought those situations of death. His father died, his younger brother died. By the way, Abraham has two brothers. He had Nahor and Haran. Haran died when he gave birth to Lot. Nahor was Abraham's brother. And then Abraham's wife was barren, and God spoke to them when that happened, and they left the place and they went to a place where God showed them, and they stayed without child. They stayed that way for 100 years and 90 years respectively. And God had given Abraham riches and silver and gold and workers, but God has denied him. Because the Bible says, and God had made Sarai barren. He allowed her to be barren, because that's the method that God used for Abraham to become the father of many nations. If the barrenness wasn't there, Abraham could not become the father of nations. Because you see, God tested Abraham by the promise. His test was attached to the promise. I will make you a father of nations. The desire of Abraham was what the bait that God used to mold Abraham, to remove carnality, to remove pride from him. Can you imagine? The Bible says Abraham had 318 soldiers, but he had no child. Even he slept with a maid. He tried the natural way, and the natural way worked. Oh my God! The natural method. He took anger. Sarah said, "You can take my maid." And Abraham did not even say, "Hey, man, my wife." And Abraham took that maid, and he slept with her. And the Bible says, and he gave birth to Ishmael, just like this. He tried the other method, the normal method, the other method, and it worked. And if it's working, as the people say, if it's working, follow it. That's a lie. If God says it, then follow it, not if it's working. But God doesn't say it, tell us to obey Him because other methods are not working. We are not believing God because other methods are not working. There are methods that work. We can lie, we can cheat, you can become a con man. It works for some people. There are people who have conned land, prime land. There are people who have stolen, and they are millionaires. It worked for them. There are people who lie, and the lie worked for them. We are not obeying God because other methods are not working. It's working. Even so, to an extent, those who go to witch doctors, it works. So if you stand and tell them it doesn't work, they laugh at you because they know it works. So it worked for Abraham. He got a son like him, looking like him. He circumcised him, but God said, no, take him away. I was not telling you not to touch this woman because she was not a woman. She was a woman, of course. And she was not even barren. So come on, God. So it is a method that God used for Abraham. Now God tested Abraham on the area of the calling, on the area of the destiny, because I told him, and I will make you a father of nations. And God brought barrenness to Abraham so that it may have that pain, that God may grow Abraham. He may grow in grace. He may grow in obedience. He may grow in faith. The Bible says he believed God even when his body was as good as dead. And Sarah's womb was also as good as dead. It's the body of Abraham in the manner of man. The Bible says he was dead. Come on, the man was dead. Then God, the promise of God was true standing, and God was true talking about the same thing. Come on, God. In the natural sense, Abraham could not see hope because as a man he was dead. His wife womb was dead. That's what the Bible says in Hebrews. So now, and Hebrews and Romans. Now, with it's being mentioned this way, what can you do? You go through the Spirit. You activate the spirit machines. You deactivate the flesh, and that's what Abraham did. And the Bible says he was counted a father of faith. He was counted righteous because he believed God. He trusted in God. Glory to his holy name.